everybody, it's Daryn Wood, and welcome back to another episode of The Gift of Gab. And I'm joined here by my lovely and beautiful best friend, Allie Haugen. Say hello.
Hi, everyone.
Today, we're going to go over all the rogue changes from the 2014 Player's Handbook to the 2024 Player's Handbook. Yes, you're welcome. We did your homework for you. We read both books. We put them side by side, and we did the hard part. So you can just sit back and watch this video. So, starting off, let's dive right into it, starting with level 1. They also get the Weapon Mastery feature, which is a thing that every martial class gets. It allows them to add properties to their weapons, things like push, topple, vex, sap, just different things that you can use with your weapon when you're making weapon attacks. Another feature they added was at level 3, they added steady aim. So this is pretty cool because it's a way to give yourself advantage if you don't move on your turn. So if you do not move on your turn, you can give yourself like a steady aim for your ranged attack and provide your own sneak attack advantage instead of finding another way to go get it. So that's actually really cool.
That's really great for a rogue.
Yeah, so instead of trying to depend on some other field battle thing, I think it's also one that just kind of makes sense. Like, of course, if I'm just laying in wait and I'm being really good and I'm just like holding it. Steady aim, perfect. It's described perfectly and it executes perfectly. Steady aim is a great feature. Yeah. I think it's a wonderful addition.
Wonderful addition. Also, at level 5, they added Cunning Strike,
yes,
which is really cool. It basically gives you a specialized attack or effect with your sneak attack. So it costs a sneak attack damage dice, but it gives you the ability to poison, trip, or withdraw. So basically get in, get out without opportunity attacks on you.
This is really cool, actually. They did something similar for Barbarian where they gave them specialized attacks. I think those were called like brutal strikes or something, similar to what the Battlemaster Fighter had, where it allows you to be a little bit more strategic and creative with a feature that is already yours. So we all know, and this is something we're going to say almost in every single video, but the 2024 Player's Handbook does a lot of changes in order to beef up the feature that makes the class specialized, differentiates it from other classes. So for rogues, that's sneak attack. If you're a rogue, your bread and butter, what you're going to be doing most of the time is sneak attack. And so a lot of the changes are going to be made to benefit that, make it cooler, make you want to use it more. And so I think this is so awesome because it's like even there's still cost, you don't get to do as much damage, but to be able to do also things that feel very roguey, like poisoning someone, because everyone always like wants to do that. I mean, we have someone in our party right now who was always trying to like play around with poison, and it's just like there's always things that you kind of think that you want to do, but then aren't really built into the class itself. And so this is a really cool way to do it. I really, really like it.
Yeah, very rogue type.
Yeah.
So very appropriate and makes sneak attack more dynamic.
Yeah. And things you would do if you sneak in. If you're sneaking around, you would poison someone and maybe you trip them, or you'd want to sneak in, hit them, then move away. So I think that one's called Withdraw. But yeah, really, really, really cool addition to the rogue class. I really like it.
Reliable talent. They also made available earlier. It used to be at level 11. Now you get it at level 7. So that's great.
Yeah.
And now at level 11, you get 2 of the Cunning Strike actions.
Ooh, that's cool. I like that it levels up because then that's actually pretty cool if you think about it. So you would be able to sneak in, poison someone, and withdraw. Basically in the same action. That's actually really, really cool. I really like that addition. It also does keep leveling up, which is cool. So at level 11, you get 2 Cunning Strikes, but at level 14, you get more Cunning Strike options, which is really cool. So they will cost more dice. So when you did Cunning Strikes, usually it was just like 1 sneak attack damage dice. So these depend on the ones you choose. It does cost more dice, but you can now restrict action on another target. You can incapacitate them, or you can blind them. So again, more versatility, more sneaky, roguey things that scale up as you level. I think this is just an overall great addition to the rogue class.
I think that's great, especially as we said, rogues' bread and butter is that sneak attack.
Yeah.
So to add more versatility and mechanic options to that sneak attack, that is really what you do all of the time. Rogues sneak attack every single turn. They be sneaking, they be attacking. And so to give them options that they can do other things that affect the overall battle.
Yeah. I think that also I like anything that encourages more creative and creative and strategic gameplay. So again, like Kenny just said, it's like the sneak attack can become very rote, but then building things like this into the class itself, then it encourages people to think more strategically because of the options they have. It's like, oh, okay, I do have these cunning strikes. Maybe I should be a little bit more creative. If I do have the ability to poison someone, like, should I poison someone? Is that the right move to do here? Ooh, I could blind someone. If I blind this person, what does that do? And I think anything that encourages people to really delve into the open worldy TTRPG of it all is just good.
Absolutely. Especially in place of just one or however many of your snake attack damage dice. So you still get that hit and damage.
Yeah.
And you get an effect that can really shift the overall dynamic of whatever encounter you're facing.
Totally. Another thing, blind sense, that was a level 14 feature that was removed. Blind sense was basically like, if you can hear, then anyone within 10 feet of you that's invisible, you can see. Or
okay, that seems fine.
Fair.
I think they could have kept it. It was really cool and badass, but also,
yeah, that's one of those. That's one of those changes I kind of feel nothing about.
Yeah, they added enough cool new things for Rogue that I don't feel like they're nerfing it super hard and like, how dare they take this?
Yeah, and it's also like within 10 feet of you, so it's like anyone hidden or invisible within 10 feet, which is a pretty
close range.
But it could be cool.
Another one of those very specific moments that if you're fighting someone and they drink a potion of invisibility or they go invisible right in front of you.
So sick. So sick.
I can still see you.
Very sick.
Now you can't for that.
But then also
moment.
Yeah. Then also it getting taken away. I'm not like devastated. Again, I feel nothing. There are a couple things in these changes, as you'll see in multiple videos, that just... Sure. Nothing. Level 15, Slippery Mind. It used to add a wisdom saving throw proficiency, and now it's a wisdom saving throw and a charisma saving throw proficiency.
Okay. You had both.
Hey, any extra proficiency?
Love that.
Very cool. I wonder, because like charisma saving throws, the thing I think about the most is being charmed, being banished, weirdly enough. I always think it's so weird that being banished is
being charismatic would save you to this plane of existence. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Not me.
Please, I'm so cute.
Don't send me away.
Slow motion hair flip. Are you sure?
All right, so level 20. We've talked about it, that some of the classes at level 20, they're miss. Some are hits. I'd say this one's a hit. So level 20, they improved the stroke of luck. It used to be on a attack roll specifically, but now it is any failed D20 roll can be changed to a 20.
Dude, that's pretty sick. And it's once per short or long rest, you know?
Yeah,
once.
Short or long rest. But recovered on a short rest. That's a level 20 feature.
That is a level 20 feature. We have definitely, as you said, in other videos you can see, we talk about some of the level 20 features you get, and they are so dumb. It's just like, you get the ability to fly, and you're like, okay, so many other things give you the ability to fly.
A fairy had that the whole time.
But this, getting to enforce any failed save to have a natural 20, any roll, saving throw, ability check, attack roll, dude.
No thanks, I crit.
Like,
short rest, I'll do it again.
Now that's a level 20 feature, guys.
Level 20.
If I've worked my way up to level 20, I want to be able to say that something I failed became a natural 20 instead.
Yeah. And like, what beautiful cinematic moments you can have with just that like really critical moment that you're like, oh no.
I know. Someone's on death's door.
Didn't fail. I crit.
Dude, that's a level 20 feature. That is a level 20 feature.
Love that for rogues.
I love it. Okay, so now going into the subclass changes. There aren't a ton of changes, but there are some. So for the Arcane Trickster subclass,
they made it super clear that you have to take Mage Hand. That is non-negotiable. You have to have it, and you cannot trade it out, which makes sense. Arcane Trickster, a lot of their features throughout the levels enhance Mage Hand. That's one of their staple abilities. So it makes sense, obviously, you couldn't do that if you don't have Mage Hand.
That's probably why. I think when we were first reading that, it was like, by the way, you can take this many cantrips, and one of them has to be Mage Hand, and we were like, oh, okay. And then we're like, oh wait, yeah, I forgot that.
If an level 5 feature gives your Mage Hand something, then
you gotta have Mage Hand, whatever. But now you know. Also, if you are rogue who for some reason didn't use Mage Hand,
you have to.
Never met someone who didn't have Mage Hand as a rogue. But you don't have a choice now. Sorry, too bad. Also, side tangent. In other videos, you'll see us complain that when we were doing the side-by-side comparisons of the player's handbook, we realized we didn't know until we realized it, but the old handbook is just way harder to read. And if you look at the rogue section in the old player's handbook, the subclasses are not alphabetized.
It was chaotic.
And I don't know why. I just want to point that out. That one of the things I do appreciate about the 2024 Player's Handbook and everything is laid out way more easier to understand. And things like subclasses are alphabetized, so they are a lot easier to find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And since we were just talking about Mage Hand additions and features, level 13, Versatile Trickster, they did keep that the same, but they also gave you the ability to add on a Cunning Strike effect with that.
I think that makes total sense because, like, you know, the level 13 Versatile Trickster feature was just your ability to distract people using your Mage Hand. So now your Mage Hand can be a little shit and trip them as well. So that makes sense in a hilarious way.
Yeah, tabletop them with your Mage Hand.
Oh my God. Not a built-in feature to tabletop. You can bully someone. It's in the writing.
You're going down, bad guys.
You can, and it also said, that's so weird. In the language, it says nerd when you do it. Oh, that's so I'm just kidding.
Loser.
Yeah, that it just comes out of your Mage Hand. All right, so now moving on to the Assassin subclass changes.
So level 3, Assassinate. You still get advantage on your initiative rolls, but because they took away surprise rounds, you no longer are able to get a critical hit on a surprised creature. So now you just get a bonus of damage equal to your rogue level.
Kind of sad, a way less cooler than getting a critical strike, but when there's no surprise condition.
Yeah.
What can you do? Level 3, you also get Assassin's Tools. So you get a Poisoner's Kit and a Disguise Kit. I think this is solely because one of the things that it says when you're getting those Cunning Strikes that were added to all rogue classes, in order to use the Poison Cunning Strike, you have to have a Poisoner's Kit. So this just gives it to you. So I guess you can't have a Poisoning Kit unless you're an assassin. So if you're not an assassin rogue, you got to go get it on your own somehow. Yeah.
Guess justifies why you be snaking and poisoning.
Yeah. It's because I'm an assassin. Other than that, you got to make your own way. Level 9 Infiltration Expertise is a bit of an amalgamation of 2 different features and also like a swapping of an old feature and the addition of a new feature. It's a little confusing, so I'll just explain. So level 9, Infiltration Expertise. It went from the old level 13 Imposter feature that used to take you 7 days and 25 gold pieces to fake an identity. That identity couldn't be someone who already existed, so you couldn't just copy somebody. It had to be a secret identity you could use to infiltrate or do something or whatever. So it kind of combined that to now make it Infiltration Expertise, which is the ability to mimic speech or handwriting perfectly after 1 hour of study. You're also able to move while using steady aim, which, side note, very, very cool. But this ability used to take 3 hours of study, and now it's 1 hour of study. So you get another feature at level 13 now. But either way, this is good.
That's great.
You can tell by the way I've explained it, it was a little complicated before. We say this a lot in a lot of videos. A lot of 2024 changes were made to take away hyper-specific situations and instead swap it for something that has a little bit more utility and a little more versatility and doesn't just require... Faking someone's identity who doesn't exist is a very hyper-specific situation. It also allows for really cool stuff, but then just...
Now you can just forge documents. You
Yeah.
can copy
7
somebody's
days.
speech
Yeah.
or 7 days.
7 days. So it's like it would take you 7 days and 25 gold pieces to come up with this
Yeah.
fake identity, which I don't know if anyone plays D&D. 7 days in D&D time might as well be 7 months by the time you get through something. So just being able to take 1 hour of study to be able to forge something is pretty...
That's great.
Yeah,
That's realistic, especially in actual gameplay, and you can very easily just fast forward through that hour.
Yeah.
That's a short rest for your party while
Yeah.
you do that task.
Yeah, and being able to like maybe disguise yourself and then mimic speech seems like all around, I think it's a good change. I think this is one of those things where they took something that was kind of complicated and then made it a lot easier to understand. Also something that you would be more willing to utilize in your back pocket because it's just easier to conceptualize as well. Because if you're hearing about a situation and then you're not going to be like, oh, do I have 7 days to perhaps come up with the perfect infiltration? You're like, oh, wait, you need someone to, we just need like a letter to get in and we need to forge some documents. Oh, I can do that. I just need 1 hour. So I think it's a lot easier to whip out than as opposed to trying to create a fake person. But being able to move while using steady aim, that's
pretty big.
The real benefit.
That's a big one.
Because that already was being able to give yourself sneak attack advantage. And now but the cost was you couldn't do it while you're moving, which was, I think, a good feature, but also being able to do that.
So now your movement's not restricted. You get to sneak and shoot.
Yeah, that is actually huge. That's crazy.
Yeah. Another really big one, adding on to those Cunning Strike abilities, is Envenom weapons. Mm-hmm. You can add a 2d6 of poison damage to your poison Cunning Strike. So the Cunning Strike that you get of poison just imposes the poison condition on an enemy. And so now your weapon can actually do that poison damage in addition to it.
Yeah, the crazy thing about this is it ignores resistant to poison damage.
That's
pretty crazy. I'm like, that's a great level 13 feature, because I do like that the poison Cunning Strike is, it's pretty reasonable. It just gives them the poison condition, which, by the way, not great. It's not great being poisoned. Don't love it. But also,
yeah, that extra dammies
and ignores resistance.
That's great. 2d6, take that.
And then the level 17 Death Strike is the same, except similarly, there's no more surprise conditions. So it's a sneak attack on the first round of combat instead of on a surprise person. So same, but different, but just counters the fact that you can't do surprise stuff anymore.
Next, the Soulknife subclass. They took that right from Tasha's and moved it into the main book. No notes.
Yeah, no changes. They made it official. They liked everything about it, and they just put it in the main feed. This is, if you guys don't know, it's just a rogue subclass that has a lot of psychic features. So it's a lot of
psionic rogue.
Yeah, psionic, a lot of psychic damage, kind of stuff like that. So everything roguey, but just put psychic damage on top of it. That's basically what Soulknife is. Yeah. And last but not least, we have the changes to the Thief subclass. So the level 9 feature Supreme Sneak. It used to just be advantage on dexterity stealth checks if you moved less than half of your movement. But now it's a new Cunning Strike ability. So it is a stealth attack. So you can attack and stay hidden, which is pretty cool, because once we start moving around and moving up in the leveling and we're getting 2 Cunning Strike abilities, you can still be invisible and stay hidden and attack and then stay hidden. That's pretty sick.
That's giant. Yeah. For a rogue, staying hidden,
pretty thiefy.
Sneak, baby.
For a thief, that's pretty thiefy if you ask me.
What else is pretty thiefy is using a magic device has majorly improved at level 13. It used to be that you could use just any magic device. Makes sense in the name. But now you can actually attune to an extra item, which is, that's already
that in itself is already like, holy shit.
But wait, there's more. Also, you can use a magic item, potentially without expending a charge on it, and you can use any spell scroll.
This is a crazy feature, especially for level 13.
Yeah.
This is like kind of crazy, because also, what's a magic device? Is a magic device, I'm guessing by the way that they said it, just a magical staff or...
Probably,
yeah. You can use any magic device.
A wand with charges.
Yeah, that's already cool, I guess, but attuning in extra items, guys, we've all played D&D. My attune item slots are precious and they're always running out. And I'm always trying to be like, nah, but what if I want to? And it's stressful trying to pick those 3 little attuned items. So 4 already, that's huge. But
also using any spell scroll. I mean, normally you can't use a spell scroll if it is not a spell known within your class's known spell list.
yeah. So it's
You
like
just
a
can't. You
bard.
wouldn't comprehend it.
A bard can't use a wizard spell scroll, and vice versa, all that kind of stuff. That's
pretty cool.
pretty cool. I don't know if there's another thing that allows something. That's a really, really cool and versatile feature. Along with being able to use a magic device free, that's kind of like a free spell slot.
Yeah, without expending a charge.
Whoa. Pretty sick. That's pretty
Especially
sick.
when you have certain magic items that if you get down to 0 charges, they like disintegrate or turn into like a regular javelin or whatever it may be.
Oh, yeah.
So to be able to have that extra use of it, that you're not in fear of losing it entirely.
That is some fuckery, because then if you have one that it's like you only get one use of this and you're like, actually, I am a thief rogue, so it never counts actually. I wonder if they're in future versions they're going to be like, and if it's something that only has one use, you can't stay.
Yeah, you can't use it on the last charge.
Just to be clear, when we said that you got a free charge, it doesn't mean infinity use of a one-use item. It's like, well, you didn't say that. You didn't say that, did you?
Yeah, and I think it specifies also that it works automatically on cantrips and level 1 spells. And anything higher than that, you would have to roll for it.
Yeah, which makes sense. Totally fair.
That's fair.
Okay, cool. Well, that is it for all the changes of the Rogue class from 2014 to 2024 Player's Handbook. A lot of this was like a solid amount of changes. Some classes didn't have a lot. Some classes have a bunch. This is right there in the middle. All the changes I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah.
To be honest. I don't think there was anything that I didn't agree or found
Rogues are
unnecessary.
great. Rogues have always been great.
Yeah.
And I feel like they just added more fun stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
More utility.
Yeah. If you like this video, we're doing it for every single class, so check those out. But we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.